Hi everybody, it's Jackie, your Yamuna Body Rolling instructor for Parkpoint Health Clubs. I miss you guys, I miss being in class, so I'm bringing this class to you today to keep you on the ball. So whenever you're exercising at home or anywhere, you want to make sure that there are no obstacles in the way, so make sure you have a nice clear space, a nice mat to give you traction so that when you're moving into the ball, you want to make sure that you're not going to slip and fall. When you're doing any form of fitness, and in particular body rolling, you want to make sure that everything feels right for your body. Nothing hurts. You don't want to push a stretch. You don't want to take it any further than what your body is feeling that it's capable of. So there's nothing about pushing or making things happen in body rolling, and shouldn't be in any exercise. So today we're going to do a pretty basic routine, starting with the ball at the bottom of the sacrum. We're going to roll all the way from the bottom of the sacrum all the way up to the back of the neck. Taking time to just let the body release and extend over the ball, creating some nice space in the spine. If you've come to my classes before, you know that in body rolling, since we are working the bone and we're working right on those vertebrae, that we never roll up and down the spine. We roll from the bottom up to create some length and lift in the body, rather than rolling from the top down, compressing the vertebrae above each and collapsing the spine. So you're going to use a Yamuna ball. So the Yamuna balls have been specifically designed to affect the muscles, the bones, the tissue in a safe way. So you can press all of your body weight into the ball and into the ball presses into the muscles and to the bone without doing any damage. So I use a Yamuna Gold ball, which is the safest ball. It's designed, as I mentioned, to safely address the tissue. So for those of us who are older and may have some bone loss or bone density issues, you always want to stick with the gold ball. So for today's routine, we're going to start at the back of your mat, because you're going to be rolling forward. So again, if you're at home, you want to make sure you have cleared space in front of you and taking that ball to the back so you can have space to move forward. So I'm going to come up and sit on the ball to bring the ball right at the bottom of my sacrum, very bottom part, above the tailbone, so nice and safe. Hands into the mat to give you some balance and stability. And you're just going to let your body weight drop down into the ball as you exhale. Inhaling, the body expands from the inside out. You can even lift a little weight up off the ball as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel the ball sink into the body. And you're going to do that again. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, the body weight sinks down into the ball. You're going to start to roll forward, leaning back. Fingertips into the mat, supporting the upper body, giving you some balance on the ball. Ball moved up a couple inches, lower part about 1/3 of the way down the sacrum. Inhale, you can lift, exhale, release your body weight back into the ball. If you keep your core engaged, it's going to give you a little more stability on the ball. Inhaling. And as you exhale, pull that navel back towards your spine, imagining that connecting all the way back into the ball. Inhale, as you exhale and sink back into the ball, roll your body forward until you're sitting on the mat. Nice and slow, that ball rolls all the way up the sacrum to the top of the sacrum. Once you're sitting on the mat, you move your feet forward and being aware of what's going on to the front of your body. Inhale, the body expands. You can lift up, slightly release some weight off the ball, and exhale. Sink back into the ball. Now take that navel, tuck it back towards the spine and into the ball. Again, another breath like that. Inhale, lift, expand, and exhale. Sink back into the ball. Feet pressing into the mat, give you some pressure back against the ball. I'm going to take my hands to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips up. As you exhale, roll the body towards the feet, taking the ball above the pelvis, and that space between the pelvis and the rib cage. Inhale, slightly lifting, and exhale. Tuck the navel back towards the spine and sink back into the ball. Again, inhale. Feeling the body expand and exhale. Sinking back into the ball. To make this a little more difficult and to work a little more of the core, you can take your hands to the back of the head, lift the chin, keep the front of the body nice and long, not collapsing the rib cage forward, keeping it lifted. Hands here. I'm feeling my abs working good already. Inhale as I lift. Oh, I feel them shaking. And exhale, sink back into the ball, connecting the front to the back to the ball. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink back into that ball. So if this is a little too difficult lifting as you inhale for the abs, then you don't need to lift. Just feel the breath. Expand the body out towards the ball. And feel yourself sink into the ball as you exhale. Lift the hips. Roll the body forward. Take that ball up until you feel the solid ribs in line with the ball. Continuing with that breath and connecting the front to the back to the ball as you exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sinking back. Again, inhale. And exhale, sink back into the ball. Lift your hips. Roll your body forward. Take that ball up until it's between the shoulder blades, the very bottom tips of the shoulder blades. Breathing into the ball here. This can be a tight spot for a lot of people. As you exhale, let your body completely release to the ball. Inhale, breathing back into that ball, expanding out against the ball, and as you exhale, sink into the ball. If this is a comfortable position for you, we're going to open up the front of the body, recline over the ball, and stretch out the front of the body as we're lengthening up the spine. Inhale. As you exhale, start to drop the shoulders back. Keep the head and neck in line with the shoulders. In fact, you can hold on to the head and lengthen back that head. And start to open the rib cage in the front and extend the legs forward. And a big breath out of the front of the body, right here between the front of the ribs. Nice big breath. And exhale. Pull the head back. Lengthen out that neck. If this is comfortable enough here for you, try dropping the head back a little further. And if that's comfortable, you can let it go and extend the arms out to the side. Feeling more of the front of the body open up, maybe through the pec muscles. Big breath there. Stay here as long as it feels comfortable for you. And if it's not comfortable for you, then you don't want to be in that position. You want to stay in this position, or if the chin tucked forward and the knees bent, and moving the ball up a little higher. And that'll be a little more comfortable for those of you that don't feel comfort reclining completely over the ball. So rolling that ball up now in line with the top of the shoulders, holding on to the head still, tucking the chin forward. Feet are pressed into the mat, pushing you against the ball. Feel some nice lift of the upper part of the spine before you go into the neck. Again, a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to pull your body down towards your feet slowly, letting the ball roll up into the back of the neck. Moving the feet forward, letting the lower back, middle back release to the mat. Let go of the head. Let the ball support the back of the neck. The arms can come down to the side. Inhale as you exhale. One last roll forward towards your feet, taking the ball up underneath the back of the skull, underneath that occipital ridge. The chin is tucked forward towards your chest. The feet are pressed into the mat, pushing you back against the ball. You can even lift your hips and push back against the ball, getting a little more traction on the back of the neck. And again, if that's not comfortable for you, you can keep the back on the mat. If The shoulders relax, flat against the mat, chin is tucked. Ball lifts up the head and lengthens out the neck. You can stay here as long as it feels comfortable for you. Anywhere from 3 big breaths to 3 to 5 minutes, keeping the pressure back against the ball. The longer you stay here, the more the body is going to relax, release, and unwind. Now let's extend the legs straight forward. One hand supports the back of the head, the other hand removes the ball. Laying flat on the mat with the arms down by the side. Taking time to feel the releases in the body. Experience the stretch in the spine, the length in the spine. When you're ready, bring your knees up into your chest. Hug them in. The spine has a little more space now, so let's take the knees over to one side, extending the opposite arm, looking over that shoulder. Taking a nice deep breath out the side of the rib cage. Feeling it expand. Exhaling. Let your whole body sink back into the mat. And now take the knees up and over to the other side, extending that opposite arm, looking over the shoulder. And bringing the breath, feel the breath coming out the other side of your ribs. Now taking the arm across the chest, turning onto your side, coming up to a seated position. So I like to do that routine first thing in the morning to kind of wake up the nervous system. It lives in the spine, so as I roll the ball up the spine, it kind of opens up that channel in the morning, gets me going, and balances the nervous system at night. So if you roll up the center spine before you go to bed at night, it kind of gets everything in balance, helps to relax you. Any compression during the day throughout the spine, you can kind of lift that out of the spine. I hope you enjoyed class today. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you again soon.